Westworld.
Right. Everything is lawful. Westworld. The pressure on. I remember bringing nothing home. Make it little just to make it known. Steady, ready, better watch it tone. When I was 5'7", I was breaking bone. I had 5'7", now I want the chrome. 9/11, I was in my zone. Lose the argument or lose your dome. Keep cool, ain't no running up. Damn, now I'm coming up. They coming to kiss me, you dumb or what? You drawing, you done enough. They told me don't rush it, just wait my time. Paying attention, I see the signs. Coming right to me like Amazon. No time for distractions, I'm on the grind. Little shorty, you're sick and she knows she fine. Got a couple of so never mind. They throwing the shade cause they know I shine. Reason I'm going in overtime. You stuck in your ways, you keep fantasizing. I just go get it, don't think about it. Don't make it an issue, it ain't a problem. Not too much talking, just organizing. One Westworld, no way around it. Heavy, so you know I'm grounded. Too sturdy, I'm well rounded. Tunnel vision, I don't see a challenge. Get admitted, I'm killing it. Case closed, I don't need a gavel. Know you hate it, don't even matter. New page, still the same time.
People might, but just never forget that I do not. Always have that fresh in your mind. That I feel absolutely nothing for your pain and your problem. Because I know that all of your pain and problems are a test to make you stronger.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready to stay inside, you drowning away, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
Seeing if you're gonna step up into Westworld, you're gonna run
you stick to the end, you get glorified. Let's make it official, I'm one of them. One of the greatest, is no exempt. It took me a minute to figure it out. I was struggling, get it made a man. I shuffled the deck and I played my hand. Just give me a reason to put them on you. Didn't believe that I had me a vision. Should I believe that you niggas loyal? We giving up game, they fumbling plays. I'm tired of talking, I'm racked out. Before that we started, they tapped out. I jumped in my duffel and blacked out. What you witnessing is elevation. Glory road to my destination. The haters, it's a celebration. And I put that on my reputation. When the fall, this a demonstration. Get sick and I know they hate it. One Westworld every season. Hot boy, this dedication. I'm giving game, I don't need favors. Go against it, you won't see the danger. You ain't family, you a damn stranger. I'll beat your ass, I don't need a baby. I don't got time for excuses. I'm plotting on making the killer. I'm getting the feeling, they know that I'm coming, I'm running. Let's get to the business. I was still playing my post, taking the rim like diesel. Don't run with too many people. I don't feel none of us equal. None of us equal.
And there are some brothers and sisters that know that so much, they would never leave. They would never abandon you. Since you have to stay alive here, they'll stay alive with you.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready to stay inside, you drowning away, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
They're one West. 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 They're one West.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world to know. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, young, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prop. With step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your hoe. I'ma be can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Death of a failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. They ain't see the stop it, ain't see the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ain't she the give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga.
MK. God flow, found some shit to die for. Learn to slice the pie, bullets don't go in the sky. Nope, build to beat the odds, can't get defeated by my foes. Move like generals, troopers go wherever I go. God flow, found some shit to die for. Learn to slice the pie, bullets don't go in the sky. Nope, build to beat the odds, can't get defeated by my foes. Move like generals, troopers go wherever I go. Whoa, go, oh shit. Whoa, oh shit. Niggas know it's lit. We take your oath, that's it. Don't fall for no bitch. No, we don't take no shit. Think we might be constipated. On the brink, we'll bomb today. Dropping heat like bombs away. Best make room, I'm trying to stay. Block my path, I'll find a way. Gotta get to it, no time to waste. Double time like on delay. Hit my line, I'm on the way. Fuck my babe 3 times a day. Plot my moves all kind of ways. Niggas don't think I contemplate. You gon' sink, can't ride the wave. You a little sink, we tide the wave. I ain't amazed by the shit you say. I'm trying to see what hand you play. I ain't trying to play this, ain't 2K. No time to play when we out at camp. We going up like we on the ramp. Stuck to the corner, ain't no stamp. Stuck on the corner, we ain't know what. Had to adapt, take it in that van. Give me that, don't shake my hand. Boy, I'm a god, no, I ain't no man. Boy, I'm a god, no, I ain't no what. Oh, whoa, go, oh, shit. Whoa, oh, shit. Loading up the 5.56, ooh, direct hit, no miss. I know you feel the groove is written all over your mitt. Wow, no need to admit. Already know that you ain't on shit. Already know. No, we ain't no bitch. Already know that thing gon' hit. Already know. Already know. We'll drive like this, hang out the whip. Stay in my lane and I ain't gon' switch. No, God flow, found some shit to die for. Learn to slice the pie, bullets don't go in the sky. Nope, build to beat the odds, can't get defeated by my foes. Move like generals, troopers go wherever I go. God flow, found some shit to die for. Learn to slice the pie, bullets don't go in the sky. Nope, build to beat the odds, can't get defeated by my foes. Move like generals, troopers go wherever I go. Whoa.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, Amy murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, rank and order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. There's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. There we go. Hey, hey, look. No one ever said the truth is gonna be easy. Hey, the water, the water officer, 1,000 of rum. You know what I mean? That let me know that the audio was messed up. And Lord be with the brother, you know what I mean? Send prayers up for the house of a rum. You know what I'm saying? But as I was saying, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Athar, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, to all my sisters out there, all our sisters out there. Thank you, Tawada, which means thank you in Hebrew, once again for joining us in the Sabbath service, Isupk Chicago Sabbath service. You know what I mean? So we are going to pick up in the biblical narrative, you know what I mean, which is our history, where we left off last week, which is going to be the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16 and verse 9. Is that correct, Mariah? All right, so we're going to pick up in 16 and 9. Starting, of course, always in the Hebrew. 16 and 10. Yeah, we're going to pick up at verse 10.
Because the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Waya Ba'a, Zamaria, Waya Kahawa, Waya Mayat the Yahweh, Bashanath, Aishariam, Washabai, La'asa, Malak, Yahawada, Waya Malak, Takata Yawat, verse 11, Waya Haya, Bamalakwa, Kashabatawa, Al, Kasawa, Haka, Ath, Kal, Bayath, Ba'aisha, La'a, Hasha'ayar, Lawa, Mashatayan, Bakoyar, Wagalawa, Wagalaw, Yawa, Ihawa, verse 12, Wayashamad, Zamaria, Ath, Kal, Bayath, Ba'aisha, Kadabar, Yahweh, Ashar, Dabar, all, Ba'aisha, Bayad, Yahweh, Hanabayah, verse 13, all, Kal, Katawath, Ba'aisha, Wakatawath, Allah, Banawa, Ashar, Katawa, Wa Ashar, Hakata, Yawa, Ath, Yasharala, Laka Ya'is, Ath, Yahweh, Allahaya, Yasharala, Bahabalayham, Bahabala Yaham, verse 14, Wayathar, Debarya, Allah, Wakal, Ashar, Aisha, Halawa'ah, Hum, Katawabayam, Al, Sapar, Debarya, Hayamayam, Lamalakia, Yasharala, verse 15, Bashanath, Aishayim, Washabai, Shana, La'asa, Malak, Yahawada, Malak, Zamaria, Shabaith, Yamayam, Bataratazahah, Waha'aim, Hanayam, Al, Governor 1, Ashar, Lapalashatium, verse 16, Wayashamayim, Ha'aim, Hakanayam, La'amar, Quashar, Zamaria, Magum, Haka, Ath, Hamalak, Waya Malakwa, it's like Waya Malakwa, Kal, Yasharala, Ath, Amaria, Shar, Tazabah, Al, Yasharala, Bayawam, Hahawa, Bamba Canuck.
Excellent job, as usual.
I try to slow it down. I don't put the brother on the spot, but I don't want to. I know Officer Mott like to get down to business, but I don't want to read it too fast. I just want to, you know what I'm saying?
Brother's got to be able to follow you, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
God. Slack you, Officer Mott. It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16 and verse 10 in the English. And Zimri went in and smote him and killed him in the 20th and 7th year of Asa, the king of Judah, and reigned in his stead.
Go ahead.
Go.
So this was an assassination right here. You know what I'm saying? And this is during the civil war that was going on in Israel. You know, after Solomon passed away, Israel, because he sinned, you know, the Lord told Israel, when we begged for a king, you know what I'm saying? We begged for someone to lead us. He gave us Saul. But before that, he told us, you know what I'm saying, our nation would rise and fall depending on the loyalty to the Lord that our kings gave.
Right.
So if our king was loyal, our nation would rise and prosper. We'll be on top. No one could defeat us. The Lord will be with us. But the moment that we had a wicked king and our nation that didn't follow the Lord and did the things of the Lord and displeased the Lord, our nation would fall.
Right.
You know what I mean? So unfortunately, as wise as Solomon was, he fell weak to the women that he was married to. You know what I mean? That's why it's never good to fall weak to your wife. I don't care how beautiful she is.
Right.
I don't care how good the box is. You know what I mean? None of that. You never want to fall weak to a woman because you'll end up not in the Lord's graces. You remember, the woman is the weaker vessel.
Right.
Adam fell because of Eve. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth through history. But because of that, a prophecy was given where Solomon's son, his next descendant, would rule over. Solomon had all 12 tribes.
Right.
The Lord said that his son would rule over 2 tribes. And then the son after that would rule over only 1 tribe. And immediately after Solomon died, it was the Lord had, there were enemies of Solomon's. There was an Edomite and a brother who Egypt gave refuge to, who our enemies gave refuge to. And then when Solomon died, the enemies descended on Israel to do what they were meant to do. And the one brother was given 10 tribes out of the 12, and he had them all in idol worship. He caused a civil war.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now this is the result. Ever since Solomon died, our people have not been unified.
Right.
For thousands of years at this point. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because of the sins of our leadership. You know what I mean? So now what we're witnessing is civil war. A brother just got assassinated, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of his rulership. It's going to get bloody. And it's going to get shameful. And we're about to witness in the scriptures is the divide, the split, and the disintegration of our nation.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 11. And it came to pass, when he began to reign, as soon as he sat on his throne, that he slew all the house of Baasha. He left him not one that pisseth against a wall, neither of his kinfolks, nor of his friends.
Now, if you remember, the Lord said this would happen.
Right.
This is what the Lord told Baasha that was going to happen to him, because Baasha was the son of, Jehoram?
Jeroboam.
Yeah, he was the son of Jeroboam. And Jeroboam is the brother that came against Rehoboam, who was Solomon's son. And he riled the people up against Rehoboam because of the sins of Solomon.
Right.
And he said, would you lift up the yoke that your father put on our neck? Because Solomon erected temples to his different wives' gods, he caused our people to idol worship.
Right.
So Jeroboam came up and said, lift this yoke up. You know what I mean? But the Lord gave Jeroboam 10 tribes, the northern tribes to rule over. And guess what he did? He turned around and caused and erected 2 golden calves.
Right.
Same thing out of Egypt. You know what I mean? He caused them to worship other gods. He put them into idolatry, you know what I'm saying, and idol worship. And the same thing that he charged Solomon with and separated the kingdom with, he turned around and did. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was said that none of his people would live, that his rulership would end. And then Baasha came after him. And the Lord gave the same property that Baasha did the same thing Jeroboam did.
Right.
He caused the people to idol worship. And the Lord said, I'm going to cut off you and your bloodline. You know what I mean? He told Jeroboam, your entire family would die. And from them that piss against the wall, that means all the men are going to die.
Right.
And what was the land? And what was the other part? It's like him.
Neither of his kinfolks, nor of his friends.
No. It said that, yeah, nor his kinfolks, nor his friends. You know what I mean? So the men and the women, your whole family and your friends, no one that has anything to do with your house is going to live.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the Lord cut that bloodline out. If you are wicked and you're against the Lord will cut your bloodline out so that evil does not continue to, like a virus, grow inside of Israel. All right, keep going.
Verse 12. Thus did Zimri destroy all the house of Baasha, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake against Baasha by Jehu the prophet.
Right, Jehu the prophet is the one that delivered the word of the Lord and told him, your entire lineage, your friends, your family, everybody that's associated with you or has anything to do with you will be unalived.
That's right.
Keep going.
Come. Verse 13. For all the sins of Baasha and the sins of Elah his son, by which they sinned.
That the sin that they did was causing the people to idol worship. We got one God. That's it. There is only one God in the entirety of creation, in all of reality, in all of existence. I don't care what a heathen says. I don't care what nation tells you what. I don't care what race tells you what. It's only one power. There's one God that created everything. Yahweh is his name in the Hebrew. And he has a son, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That is our Messiah, that is our King. He is to rule this world and under the authority and the will of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't be fooled. There's no God. Yahweh is his name, and there's only one God, and Yahweh is his name. Salaka, go ahead.
Say if I could. And also, he's black. He's a nigga. That's right.
He is the nigga God.
That's right.
He is black. You know what I mean? He looks just like his son. His son looks just like him.
Right.
He looks, Yahweh Shai described as having woolly hair and dark skin, so black it looked like he burned in a furnace.
Right.
That is his description. There's no getting around it. There's no making him white. There's no making him brown and Middle Eastern brown.
Right.
You know what I mean? The brother is black. You know what I'm saying? Charcoal black. Midnight black.
Right.
Nigga black.
It's like as if what they say. They say he was the olive color. What is
right? They say olive. He's not green. There's only two.
Right.
It's 2 types of olives in this world. You got green olives and you got black olives.
Right.
So even when they say he's olive covered, that is slick talk to throw you off.
Right.
Oh no, I think they do got little brown olives, right?
I believe so.
Either way it go, you know he's not green.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? He's olive covered. He's olive complexion. That's to throw you off.
Right.
God is black.
Right.
Christ is black.
Right.
God is the nigga God, and Christ is a nigga. Let's go.
And by which they made Israel to sin, and provoking the Lord of our power. So let me say that again. And provoking the Lord God of Israel to another with their vanities.
No, to what?
To another.
They don't say to another.
I was like and provoking the Lord our power of Israel to anger with their vanities.
They made God angry with their vanities. What was their vanities? Worshiping these other gods, being all proud and fanciful.
Right.
You know what I mean? And egotistical with their worship of their other gods. They thought that they were better.
Right.
They thought it made them better. You know what I mean? Than their brothers. They thought that it made them more powerful. You know what I'm saying? It made them conceited.
Right.
To worship these other gods, to follow their goddamn imagination. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 14. Now the rest of the acts of Elah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. In the 20th and 7th year of Asa king of Judah, did Zimri reign 7 days in Tirzah, and the people were encamped against Gibbethon, which belonged to the Philistines.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16. And the people that were encamped heard say, Zimri had conspired, and had also slain the king. Wherefore all Israel made Omri, the captain of the host, king over Israel that day in the camp.
So this brother was king for 7 days. And the people was like, whoa, he's assassinated the king. Don't pay. A lot of times it don't pay to be a usurper. Right. You know what I mean? And so they named this brother the captain of the host, which is the captain of the army.
Right.
And they made him king of Israel on the in the camp that day. You know what I mean? They elected this brother to be the king.
Right.
Yeah, guess what? Voting in America is wrong.
Right.
Because you're only going to vote a heathen over you. You're going to try to vote a black man over you, but you're going to vote an African like Obama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to vote in this country. What we are supposed to do, we elect our people, our brothers over us. But
right.
That's when we're in our nation. Right now, we should be focusing on our freedom and not voting for an American president. You know what I mean? Let's get back to this Hebrew. So this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16 and verse 17 in the Hebrew. It's like it. Yawallah, Maria, Wakal, Yasharala, Amawa, Magadath, Magabath one. Well, yeah, right. Well, Yatazar Yawa. The Ratazah, verse 18. Well, Yahaya, Karawath, Zamaria, Kaya, Nalakada, Ha'ayar, Wayaba, Al, Aramawan, Bayath, Hamalak, Wayasharap, Aliwa, Ath, Bayath, Malak, Baash, Wayamath, verse 19. Al, wait. Katathyawa, Ashar, the Ta, La'ishawat, Hara'ai, Ba'ayanya, Yahweh, Lalakath, Badarak, Yerubbaal, Wabakath, Kathathwa, Ashar, Aisha, Lahakath, Ya'ah, Ath, Yasharala, verse 20. Wayathar, Debaria, Zamra, Zamaria, Wakwash, Rawa, Ashar, Quashar, Hala'ah, Ha'am, Kata Wab Sakya, Kath Wabat Kath Sakya, Kath Wabayam, Al, Sapar, Debaria, Hayamayam, Lamalakya, Yasharala, verse 20, Azah, Yakalak, Salakia, Ha'ain, Yasharala, Lakatazaya, Katazaya, Ha'ain, Hayaha, Salakia, Akarya, the Banya, Ban, Gayanath, La'a, Malayaka, Laha, Slakia, Laham, Layakam, Slakia, Laham, Layak, Slakia, Layakawa, Slakia, Wahaka, Tazay, Waha, Katazaya, Akarya, Imaria, verse 21.
22.
Saki, verse 22.
Yeah, the bottom.
Waya Kazak, Ha'ain, Ashar, Akarya, Imaria, Av, Ha'ain, Ashar, Akarya, Tabanya, Ban, Gayanath, Wayamath, Tabanya, Wayamalak, Imaria, verse 23, Bashanath, Shalashayam, Wa'akath, Shana, La'asa, Malak, Yahawada, Malak, Imaria, Al, Yasharala, Shathyam, Aisharya, Shana, Batarataza, Malak, Shasha, Shanayam. Yes, sir. Don't think this Hebrew is easy.
Takes that studying. Yeah. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16 and verse 17 in the English. And Omri went up from Gibbethon and all Israel with him, and they besieged Tirzah.
So this brother went up and besieged Tirzah. You know what I mean? And all Israel followed the brother. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And it came to pass, when Zimri saw that the city was taken, that he went into the palace of the king's house, and burnt the king's house over him with fire, and died.
This brother saw that the city was taken. He knew what was coming for him. So instead of facing the wrath of the people, he burned the house down on his own head and died. He killed this brother, unalived himself. He burned the house down on himself. He set the palace on fire and died and died in the palace. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, and to kill yourself, that's a sin also.
Yeah, the brother committed suicide. Go ahead.
Verse 19. For his sins which he sinned in doing evil in the sight of the Lord, and walking in the way of Jeroboam, and in his sin which he did to make Israel to sin. Verse 20. Now the rest of the acts of Zimri and his treason that he wrought, and are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the King of Israel? The kings of Israel?
God.
Verse 21. Then were the people of Israel divided into two parts. Half of the people followed Tibni, the son of Ginath, to make him king, and half followed Omri.
As you see, half followed this other brother. You know what I mean? Said Tibni. You know what I mean? And the other half followed Omri. Now keep in mind, they voted Omri as king.
Right.
And then they separated. You know what I mean? Israel has been, we have been separate from the northern and the southern tribe for far too long now.
Right.
You know what I mean? To our destruction. You know what I mean? And this is just going over the history of the separate, how we separated, then we further separated, we further divided, and it's just now the Lord is gathering us together. It's time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 22. But the people that followed Omri prevailed against the people that followed Tibni, the son of Ganath.
Mm-hmm. So the people that followed Omri, you know what I mean, who they made captain of the host of the army. So this brother is not a weak brother. He's a leader. He's a warrior.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's a military. He's a militant man, a strategist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He defeated Timri. You know what I'm saying? We're going to 22, right?
23.
Keep going.
So Tibni died, and Omri reigned.
And Tibni died. You know what I'm saying? The people divided and elected him, and the brother died. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. In the 30th and first year of Asa, king of Judah, began Omri to reign over Israel. 12 years, 6 years reigned he in Tirzah.
So this brother reigned 12 years. He reigned 6 years in Tirzah. You know what I mean? Like this is what we're witnessing now is the fall of the greatest nation on earth.
Right.
All because of, I hate to say it, a brother's lust. This is all the lust of men. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same thing happened in the Isupk. You know what I'm saying? And when all these fake Israelite groups, they're repeating this history.
Right.
They want to be the leader. They want to be this. They wanted to be that. Instead of being one body like the Lord demanded us to, brothers who did not really have the heart and had selfish ambition split from the main body, and now we're splintered all over the goddamn country.
Right.
You know what I mean? And these brothers are out here sinning against the Lord, but the Lord is going to have a reconciliation with all of them. So if you're not in the Isupk and you know that you're an Israelite, it's time for you to come back into the body of the Lord.
That's right.
It's time for you to come home, because there will be a reckoning. And you don't want to be a part of that reckoning. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord comes and the Lord enacts his vengeance upon the brothers who have separated themselves from the body of the Lord. Salakia. Let's get it.
It's like, if I could, I've been wanting to bring the scripture out for a precept to that if I could, for weeks watching class. This is in the book of Exodus, chapter 24 and 3. And this is about being the predicament that we're in, because we told God that we will do this. And it's the book of Exodus, chapter 24, verse 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord had said, we will do. I just want to say that, yeah, we probably told the Lord that we was going to do it, but here it is. I didn't follow that.
Well, listen, the Lord ain't going for none of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. All right, let's get these next scriptures.
God, this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16 and verse 24 in the Hebrew. Wayaquan, Ath, Hahar, Shemarawan, Ma'ath, Shamar, Bakakarayam, Kasap, Wayabun, Ath, Hahar, Wayakora, Ath, Shum, Hayar, Ashar, Bana, Al, Shum, Shamar, Adanya, Hahar, Sharawan, verse 25, Waya Aisha, Imaria, Harai, Bayanya, Yahweh, Waya Rai, Makal, Ashar, Nepaniwa, verse 26, Waya Lak, Bakal, Darak, Warabaim, it's like Yerobaim, Bun, Nabat, Wabakat at the Yawa, Wabakat Yawa, Ashar, Hakotaya, Ath, Yasharaga, Lahaka Yaras, it's like Lahaka Iris, Ath, Yahweh, Alahaya, Yasharala. Bakalahum, verse 27, Wayathar, Debarya, Imarya, Ashar, Aisha, Wugabo Rathwa, Ashar, Aisha, Halab, Hum, Katawabayim, Al, Sapar, Debarya, Hayamayam, Lamalakwa, Yasharala, verse 28, Wayashakab, Imarya, Aim, Abatiwa, Wayakwa, it's like Wayakobar, Bashamaran, Wayamalak, Akaab, Banaya, Takatayar, it's like Takayawa, verse 29, Wa'akaab, Ban, Imarya, Malak, Al, Yasharala, Bashanath, Shalashayim, Washamana, Shana, La'asa, Malak, Yahawada, Wayamalak, Akaab, Ban, Imarya, Al, Yasharala, Bashamaran, Aishayim, Washatayim, Shana, verse 30, Wayaish, Akaab, Ban, Imarya, Hara'ai, Ba'ayanya, Yahweh, Makal, Ashar, Lapaniwa. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16 and verse 24 in the English. And he bought the hill Samaria of Samaria for 2 talents of silver, and built on the hill, and called the name of the city which he built after the name of Samaria, owner of the hill, Samaria. Verse 25, but Omri wrought evil in the eyes of the Lord, and did worse than all that were before him.
So Omri did. Read that again, yo.
Good
night. Like, we just can't get it together. You know what I mean? One of the main problems that we have, and we have, obviously, if you read in the scriptures, we have had for thousands of years, is our leadership.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why it is so essential to have righteous leaders above you that believe in the Lord and that follow the law, statutes, and commandments with all their heart, and that will not falter, and that will follow that to their grave.
Right.
David was it seemed like David was the last righteous king that we had.
Right.
We had Saul, who was wicked. Then we had David. David wasn't perfect. He made mistakes, but when he died in the Lord's favor.
Right.
Then we had Solomon, the wisest man that ever lived.
That's right.
Ever. No man before him was wiser during his time, and they said no man after him would be wiser than Solomon was.
Right.
But Solomon died out of favor with the Lord. And now you're looking at king after king after king after king in Israel die and sin against the Lord. And it is that way unto this day. Stop following Farrakhan.
Right.
Don't look at Al Sharpton. Don't look at T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar, your Christian pastors, your community leaders. You need to follow the only man on the face of the planet that truly follows after the Lord and after his will, and that was ordained and has the pedigree to lead us, which is Commanding General Yohanan.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Salaki, I ain't mean to go on that rant, but this is ridiculous. Because we still doing the same thing to this day. Go ahead, read.
25, he said, but Omri wrought evil in the eyes of the Lord, and did worse than all that were before him.
He did worse than everybody before him. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Keep going.
Verse 26, for he walked in all the way of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat.
Yeah, so when he said he walked in all the ways of Jeroboam, that means he idol worshiped. He was full of himself.
Right.
He caused the people to sin against the Lord with idol worship. Go ahead.
And in his sin, wherewith he made Israel to sin, to provoke the Lord God of Israel to anger with their vanity.
Once again, with their vanities, they worship another gods, thinking that it makes them special. Thinking that it's just like today. You know what I mean? You're doing drugs, you're out twerking, you're killing each other, you're unaliving each other, you're taking each other's lives, you're sleeping with other men's wives, you're celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day and all of these wicked holidays that this country's put in front of us, and you think you're doing something.
Exactly.
You think it makes you better than the men of the UPK.
Right.
You think it makes you better than the men of the Lord, and then you think it makes you better than your neighbor because you can buy more presents on Christmas.
Right.
You gonna buy your woman that big box of candies and all them flowers and get her a diamond ring or a tennis bracelet for Valentine's Day, and as soon as you turn your back, another dude sleeping with her.
Right.
That's vanity. All of that, all of these American holidays is idol worship and vanity. It's just to try to increase your ego to make you feel good, but it's doing nothing for our nation, and more importantly, it's doing nothing for the Most High.
Right.
You know what I mean? Read.
Verse 27. Now the rest of the acts of Omri which he did, and his might that he showed, and they are not, it's like, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel?
All that this brother did, and don't get it wrong, him defeating the one brother that was elected over him, the brother, he was a mighty man.
Right.
But he was a mighty man that also sinned mightily. You know what I'm saying? And it's written right here in the book of Kings. Keep going.
Right. So Omri slept with his fathers and was buried in Samaria, and Ahab his son reigned in his stead. Verse 29. And in the 30th, it's like in the 38th year of Asa king of Judah, began Ahab the son of Omri to reign over Israel.
Now, if you see, you have to peep what they're breaking down, the chronology, right? Asa is the king of Judah.
Right.
Judah had one king. And the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom, it said the king of Judah, they're talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Right.
You know what I mean? With Levi was scattered throughout the kingdom. So, you know what I mean? Because Levi were the priests. You know what I mean? So when they're saying Judah, they're talking about the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
You know what I mean? And most of Levi, and a lot of Levi. Then when they talk about Israel, they're talking about the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom. Asa is reigning over Judah. 30 years at this point. And if you look, there's here's a king, he's gone.
Right.
Here's a king, he's gone. Here's a king, he's gone. The northern tribe is running through kings like brothers run through socks and drawers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they keep displeasing the Most High. They keep sinning. They keep idol worship. And guess what? Our northern tribe brothers idol worship all the way until this day.
Right.
Our Native American brothers worship nature and got all of these different nature gods, and the god of the wind and the god of the earth and the god of this and the fire and all this other stuff. And they got totems and all that other stuff that they idol worship and refuse to come back to their identity, thinking that it is a tradition of your ancestors, a wicked tradition that got them, so like eventually got them banished, you know what I'm saying, out of our homeland and over here into America, and then eventually got them reduced to such a small population that they had to survive genocide.
Right.
And you wonder why. Look, this is the history of why the northern tribe suffered so hard. You know what I mean? Look at our Hispanic brothers. They worship the Virgin Mary like she's God himself.
Right.
They worship the Virgin Mary over Christ. Catholicism has destroyed them, and if it's not Catholicism, it's that not Santa Maria, the blood worship. You know what I'm saying? Where they basically practicing their version of voodoo.
Right.
They're either worshiping Mary or they're practicing voodoo. You know what I'm saying? And we wonder why it's so messed up in South America. And our brothers and sisters are in such a hellish condition that they're running here to North America, into America, and being in Chicago and New York and damn near freezing to death. The Lord had to warm the earth up for them so they could survive through the Chicago winter, so they could survive through the New York winter.
Right.
In the various parts of North America that they're in, because if the Lord did not do that to them, they would be freezing to death in the streets.
Right.
And it's all because of idol worship, and they don't want to unify.
Right.
We have been separate since Solomon died. Salakia. It's time to come back together and stop this nonsense, man.
Right.
Or all of us will be unalive. The Lord can pick a different people if he wants to. I
Right.
want to be chosen. I want to continue to be chosen by the Lord.
God.
I want to be a part of the 144. I want to be a
Right.
part of the rulership in the kingdom of heaven. I want my brothers and sisters to be together. Look at how many kings the northern kingdom is going through, while
Right.
there's one king in the southern kingdom. Let's cut this nonsense out, man. Keep going.
Right.
Salakia. I don't mean that. This ain't a class of Sabbath service, Salakia, but it's just a passion. You know what I mean? Let's keep going.
And Ahab, the son of Omri, reigned over Israel and Samaria 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 30. And Ahab, the son of Omri, did evil in the sight of the Lord.
Once again, this brother, 22 years reigning over the northern tribe, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Is that it? Let's keep going.
Of the Lord above all that were before him.
Yes. And then he even sinned more. You know what I mean? Like each king is like they're trying to it's what we do today. We try to one up each other on sin. I shot him, you shot him, you shot this brother 5 times. I'm gonna shoot the next brother 20 times.
Right.
You slept with this man's wife, I'm gonna sleep with 10 men's wives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You sold a nickel bag, I wanna sell a key.
Right.
You got a Pontiac, I wanna get a Porsche.
Right.
We're trying to one up each other in wickedness and the things that we'll do, you know what I mean, to shine over a brother. You hear it in the rap music all day. Brothers is coming up with different ways to say they slept with another man's woman.
Right.
To say that they unalive each other. To say that they sold drugs to their own people. But then you hear brothers like Whack 100 that say it's wrong for white people, it's wrong for Edomites to be kissing our boots.
Good night.
And he gonna get an Edomite army to come against us to test us because we get because Edomites kiss our boots, we're not worthy to lead black people.
Right.
Nonsense, man. Where we at now? Verse what was that, 30?
31. Yeah, come.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16, and verse 31 in the Hebrew. Well, Yahaya, Hanakwal, Lakathwa, Bakath Awath, Yerubiam, Ban, Nabat, Wayakwak, Slakia, Wayakwak, Ashah, Av, Ayazabal, Bath, Azabael, Malak, Tazawad Nayam, Wayalak, Wayaibad, Av, Habael, Wayashath Kawa, Lawa, verse 32, Wayaquam, Mazabak, Labael, Bayath, Habael, Ashar, Bana, Bashamarwan, verse 33. Wayaish, Akab, Akaab, Ath, Ha'ashara, Waya, Wasak, goodness, Akaab, La'isha, La'ishawath, Laha'ayim, Av, Yahweh, Alaha, Yasharala, Makal, Malakia, Yasharala, Shaka, Salaki, Yasharala, Ashar, Hayawa, Lapanyawa, verse 34. Banamayam, Saki, Baya Mayawa, Bana, Hayal, Bayath, Ha'alya, Ath, Yara, Saki, Yara, Yakaha, Bayarum, Bakarwa, Yasadi Saki, Yasada, Wabash Gayab, Wabash Gayab, Saki, Wabash Gayab, Wabash Gawab, Taza'ai Yarwa, Taza'ai Yarwa, Hatazayab, Galath Yaha, Kadabar, Yahweh, Ashar, Dabar, Bayad, Yaha, Yahawashai, Ban, Nawan. So this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Yawamar, Al-Yahwa, 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 Hatha Shabiyah, Mata Shabiyah, Gala'ai, Al, Ataba, Aya, Yahweh, Sakya, Kaya, Yahweh, Al, Al-Hayah, Yasharala, Ashar, Imadathia, Lapanyawa, Yahaya, Hashanya, Sakya, Hashanayam, Ha'alaha, Sakya, Tal, Wamatar, Kaya, Lapaya, Debaria, verse 2. Yahaya, Debar, Yahweh, Al-Yawa, La'amar, verse 3. Lak, Mazah, Wapanyath, Lak, Quadaria, Quadama, Wanasat Rath, Wanasatarath, Banakal, Kariyath, Ashar, Al, Panya, Haya, Hayaradan. I don't know why I got caught up on that one.
Good.
Let's get into this English.
It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 16 and verse 31 in the English. And it came to pass, as if it had been a light thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, that he took to wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ethabai, king of the Zidonians, and went and served Baal and worshipped him.
So he thought it was a light thing to walk in the sins of Jeroboam. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the problems we have with our people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't see how the things that we do and the things that our leadership does destroys us as a people. So then we come up and idolize these people and try to follow in their footsteps. And we end up being worse than they were. And the Lord does not like it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has a disdain for this type of thing. Because we're not following after the law, statutes, and commandment. We're not following after the structure that he put in place and the true leadership. Our leader is the Most High.
Right.
Our king, whoever leads us, is supposed to enact the will of the Lord.
Right.
Not his own will, not the will of the man that was there before him, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're supposed to do what the Lord wants us to do. And anytime we don't do it, we end up destroyed.
Right.
Which is how we're in the situation that we're in now. You know what I mean? And this brother thought that it was cool, that it was meat, that it was tawab to follow after the ways of Jeroboam instead of following the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Which caused him to put our people in severe idol worship. He did worse than everybody before him. These brothers are getting worse and worse and worse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which put our people in idol worship, which is destroying our people and causing a and it caused a divide and a civil war and a division amongst our people that lasts until this very goddamn day.
Right.
Let's keep going.
Verse 32. And he reared up an altar for Baal in the house of Baal.
For Baal, the worst of the worst.
Right.
Our people have been worshiping Baal for far too long. When I was in Philly, so like a side story, when I lived in Philly, I was working at UPS. It was this nice little Hispanic, I'll never forget, her name was Nina.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was a cute little Hispanic sister, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be goth, be all dark, you know what I mean? Right. It worked for her a little bit, you know what I mean? Yeah, she was cute. But I come in the cafeteria one day and I see her reading a book, and big on the front of the book, you'll never guess what name it was. Baal. And she got mad at me when I was like, "Oh, that's a demon."
Right.
I was like, "You're not supposed to be worshiping here. You're not supposed to." She got all mad at her brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, she was reading up on Baal because she wanted to know about Baal because she had been hearing about Baal for so long. Right. And the sister ended up worshiping Baal. To this day, y'all worship Baal.
Right.
That's a demon. It's not a god. It's a made-up goddamn thing that's evil and wicked.
That's right.
Keep going.
Which he had built in Samaria, verse 33. And Ahab made a grove. And Ahab did more to provoke the Lord God of Israel to anger than all the kings of Israel that were before him.
And this brother did more to make, come on. Like, you done built a grove to Baal, causing the people to worship him greater than anybody that was before you. He thought he was doing something mighty.
Right.
He thought he was doing something that's going to make him a great man in this earth. And all you did was anger the Most High more than anybody before you. That's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You really want the Lord to be more pissed off with you than anybody else that he was? Man, come on, man. Keep going.
Verse 34. In his days, the Hiel, the Bethelite, built Jericho. He laid the foundation thereof in Abiram, his firstborn, and set up the gates thereof in his youngest son, Segub, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by Joshua, the son of Nun.
And then this brother goes and builds Jericho. Now, I ain't got to be a prophet. Everybody knows about Jericho.
Right.
Everybody, and the walls that he built up and the gates thereof, everybody knows what happened to Jericho. It's no secret. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this brother goes and builds up Jericho. You know what I'm saying? While this brother over here is making a goddamn whole grove. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A whole place of worship, a whole to Baal, man. Keep going.
It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 1. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord God of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word.
He prophesied. He telling him, man, it's not going to. You know what David said, no dew or rain? You know, being an old country Mississippi nigga like I was, old country boy, you wake up in the morning and it's dew on the grass.
Right.
That's the moisture. You know what I mean? It'd be so hot. The weather's so nice and warm during the daytime. When it cools off at night and when the sun rises in the morning, it causes not a mist, but the moisture in the air builds up and it be dewdrops. It's not rain.
Right.
It's the natural moisture that's supposed to be in the air when you wake up. We're in these polluted cities.
Right.
That dries us out, that dries the air out, that's harmful to everything around it. So when you wake up in the morning, you don't really see dewdrops. You know what I'm saying? But I used to wake up as a kid. When I woke up as a kid, the grass was wet in the morning from the natural moisture that builds up in the air when you have fresh, clean air. Go ahead. You know what I mean? So when you have fresh, clean air, the dew builds up. So it said it will be no dew and it'll be no rain. You know what I mean? That means they're going to go through a drought. That means it's going to be a heat wave. And a drought is nothing nice. I'm going to continue while the brother till Marat comes back. There shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. So it's not going to be any dew or any rain unless the Lord says so. Unless the Lord tells this prophet that it will be, then the prophet will deliver the word of the Lord. He's not saying, when he says my word, he's talking about the Lord's word, not his words particularly. Verse 2, and the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, verse 3, get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook of Cherith that is before Jordan. You know what I mean? Let's get back. Let me see. I started here. 1, 2. So that's the 7th verse. So now we're gonna pick up verse 4 in the Hebrew. Good. Right, go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 4 in the Hebrew. Wahaya, Mahanakal, Dashatha, Wa'ath, Ha'arabayim. It's like Ha'ayim, Raba'am. Tazawa, Yataya, Lakala, Kalak, Shum, verse 5. Wayalak, Wayaish, Kadabar, Yahweh. Wayalak, Wayashab, Banakal, Karyath, Ashar, Al, Panayah, Hayaradan, verse 6. Wayarabayim, Mabaya Ayahum, it's like Mabaya Ayam, Lawa, Lakam, Wabashar, Babakor, Walakam, Wabashar, Ba'ira, Waman, Hanakal, Yashatha, verse 7, Wayahaya, Makwataza, Yamayam, Wayayabash, Hanakal, Kaya, La'a, Hayaha, Gasham, Ba'arataza, verse 8, Wayahaya, Dabar, Yahweh, Al-Yawa, La'amar, verse 9, Kwawam, Laka, Tazarapatha, Ashar, Latazaya, Daran, Latazaya, Dawan, Wayashabath, Shum, Hana, Tazawayataya, Shum, Asha, Halamana, Lakalayak, verse 10, Wayaquam, Wayalak, Tazarapatha, Wayaba, Al, Pathak, Ha'ayar, Wahana, Shum, Asha, Ayamana, Makwashashaf, Atazayam, Wayakora, Alya, Waya Amar, Kwakia, Na'a, Lawa, Ma'ait, Mayam, Bakalya, Wa'ashatha.
Let's get that into English.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 4 in the English. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. Verse 5, so he went and did according unto the word of the Lord, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. Verse 6, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. Verse 7, and it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land.
So as the brother said, you know what I mean? Look, It's not going to be no rain. It's not going to be no moisture in the morning. It's not. They're going through a drought. You know what I mean? That drought is part of the punishment of the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything that happens is the will of the Most High, the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? The light and the darkness. You know what I mean? Everything. So this is keep going.
Verse 8. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, verse 9, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee.
So the Lord is telling him where to go, and he told him he got a widow woman to sustain him. And it also said, you know, Salaki, I mean to breeze over that the ravens, the birds brought this brother bread, and it said bread and flesh. You know what I mean? It brought him food. They brought him food. They brought him bread, and they brought him meat to eat in the morning. And then the same ravens came and brought him bread and meat to eat in the evening.
Right.
He didn't have to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? The Lord had the birds feed this brother, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't think the Lord can do the same for you?
Right.
Stop worrying about this nonsense in the world. Stop worrying about your job. Stop worried about your rent.
Right.
Stop worried about your car note. That don't mean don't pay it. That don't mean don't go out and work for it. But the Lord will provide for you. I'm living proof the Lord will provide for you.
That's right.
The Lord, I was out of a job for almost a year. You know what I mean? Mariah know, because Mariah lived with me. You know what I'm saying? Me and his brother roommates. For a year. I wasn't working. Mariah lost his job. Lacombe lost his job. My rib don't work. Do you know what I'm saying? We was a bunch of broke niggas living in the crib. But we ate.
That's right.
We came to class. We did the work of the Lord. You know what I mean? If I'm not slaving, guess what I'm doing? I'm working because I make myself more available for this truth.
Right.
And then after a stint of time, when I served the Lord as hard as I could for as long as he needed me to, he allowed me to get a slave, and I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life.
Right.
But the Lord provided me with money when I needed it, food, kept a roof over my head, still got my car, still in my apartment. You'll face eviction. You'll face repossession of your car, but your car won't get taken and you won't get kicked out.
That's right.
The ravens will bring you bread and flesh in the morning and bread and flesh in the evening. And the Lord will tell you where to go.
That's right.
Let's keep going.
Verse 10. Verse 10, so he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering of sticks. And he called to her and said, fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I may drink. So
this brother, when the Lord told him to go, he went. We in Chicago. If the Lord told me to go to Timbuktu, guess what you gonna see my yard at? In Timbuktu, finding our brothers and sisters that are there and raising up a school there.
Yeah, right.
If the Lord tells me, wherever the Lord tells me to go, I'm going.
That's right.
And I'm going to raise up a school and continue to do the work of the Lord, continue to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. It's not about doing it in front of men. It's not about seeking vain glory. The glory in front of men and the glory of men is vain.
Right.
That shit does not matter. What matters is you following the Lord. What matters is what the Lord sees you do.
That's right.
Because you can be a great brother and a law-abiding citizen of Israel in front of everybody, then you can go home. Then you go home and smoke weed.
Right.
You go home and beat your wife, beat your kids, sleep with whores. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do all the abominable, eating pork. You know what I'm saying? Doing all types of abominable things, and then you come into class unclean. You come into camp unclean.
Right.
You're doing all the abominable things behind closed doors thinking nobody sees you. But in front of everybody, you're the greatest brother on earth. Right. Well, what will end up happening is you will end up leaving this truth. The Lord's going to run you out of this truth. Your demons are going to get the best of you. Or he's going to do like he did these brothers in this in the books of 1 Kings, which is unalive you. You know what I mean? Let's get to these next 7 verses, then we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 11 in the Hebrew. like, let me enlarge this here. What the lock, lakwath, sorry, lakwath, wayakara, wayakara, al yaha, wayamar, lakwakya, na'a, laya, path, lakam, Badayak, verse 12, with the Amar, Kaya, Yahweh, Alahayak, Yash, Laya, Wag, Kaya, Mala, Cup, Kwamak, Bakad, Wama'ite, Shaman, Bataza Pakath, Wahananya, Makwa Shashath, Sanayam, Itazayam, Wabaathia, Wa'ai Shayathia, Wa'ai Shayath Yahweh, Laya, Walabanya, Kalanawa, Wamath Nawa, verse 13, Wayamar, Alyawa, Alayahawa, Al, Thayara, Aya, Ba'aya, Aishaya, Kadabarak, Ak, Aishaya, Laya, Masham, Agaha, Aga, Quatana, Barashana, Barashana, Wa'awa Taza'ath, Laya, Walak, Walabanak, Daishaya, Ba'akar, Ba'akarna, verse 14, Kaya, Ka'a, Amar, Yahweh, Alyawa, Alyaha, Alaya, Alaya, Yasharala, Kai, Hakomak, La'a, Takala, what is a pak socket? What is a pakat? What is a pakath? Hashamak socket. Hashaman, La'a, socket. Takasar, I, Yawam, Tathan, Tatha, Yahweh, Gasham, Al, Panaya, Hadamah, verse 15, what the lock, what the Aisha, Kadabar, Wala Yahweh, what the call, Hawa, Wahaya, Haya, Hawawa, Wabayatha, Yamayam, verse 16, Kai, Hakwamath, La'a, Kalatha, what is a Watazapakath, Hashaman, La'ah, Kasar, Kadabar, Yahweh, Ashar, Dabar, Bayad, Al Yahweh. Verse 17. Well, Yahya, Akkad, it's like Akkad.
It's like you had it right, sir.
Yes, like Akkar, Debarium, Ha'Allah, Kala, Ban, Ha'asha, Ba'ilath, Habayath, Waya, Haya, Kalayawa, sorry, Kalayawa, Kazak, Ma'ad, almost, Ma'ad, Id, Ashar, La'ah, Nawath, it's like it, Narathawa, Ban, Neshama. All right, let's get these last ones.
It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 11 in the English. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. Verse 12. And she said, as the Lord thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die.
She said, look, I don't have a cake. All I got is a little bit of, a handful of meal, you know what I mean, and a little bit of oil. And I'm about to go in there and cook this up for me and my son to eat so we don't die, because we starving. You know what I mean? Keep going.
It's like I said, I made it sound like some pancakes.
You already know, look. Not the, what they call it, water bread.
The manna, not the manna, but
no, the flat pancakes that we make.
Hot water cornbread.
Hot water cornbread. That's what she about to make. Hot water a little bit of meal,
right,
and a little bit of oil.
That's right.
And she gonna go and whip that thing up and fry it up. And like you said, that's either cornbread or hot water cornbread.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Look, ain't nothing new under the sun. We've been eating this for years. This is how you know this is the book of the nigga God.
That's right.
This is the book of niggas.
Right.
Because they frying lamb, they frying chicken.
Right.
They making hot water cornbread. You know what I mean? Even with the Native Americans, they're making the fried bread that the Native Americans eat. All of this stuff is in the Bible. They make tortillas in the Bible. All of these things, look, if you really follow the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? The Bible comes off. You look at the food that they eat. It's a Black, Hispanic, and Native American cookbook. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pick up where the brother left off. It said, verse 13. And Elijah said unto her, fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and make for thee and after make for thee and thy son. You know what I mean? He says, so make a little cake for me first. Because remember, the Lord sent him there and told him to go to this widow,
right,
so that she can feed. She's going to take care of him. So he's making sure. He's making sure that the sister is going to follow what the Lord said. And if she's a righteous sister and she's a good sister, she's going to feed him first.
Right.
The man, because the man is the first in the nation. We're the protectors. We're the leaders. So he said, make it of me first. Make me a little bit first, and then feed you and your son. Let's see what she does. Go verse 14.
Verse 14. For thus said the Lord God of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that the Lord send the rain upon the earth.
So he said, look, your barrel of meal is not going to waste. And the cruse of oil, it's a drought right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's telling her that you'll have plenty until the Lord sends rain. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I know you got a little meal. I know you got a little bit of oil, but don't worry about it. it's going to last.
That's right.
It's not, you and your son aren't going to starve. This is the will of the Lord. It's going to last. You know what I mean? Keep going.
God, verse 15. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah. And she and he and her house did eat many days.
See, I mean, she followed what Elijah told her to do, like a good sister. You know what I mean? Right. And they ate many days off of that little bit of cornmeal, off that little bit of meal, and that little bit of oil. Him, her, and her son ate. You know what I mean? Keep going.
God, verse 16. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by Elijah.
That's what I'm saying. The prophet came and told her, and it didn't fail. The Lord keeps his word. If the Lord sends you to do something, then God dog it, you better do it. Right. It ain't up to you to question the Lord. Whether you think it's going to work or not, it doesn't matter. Just follow what the Lord tells you to do. That's the thing right here. The brother didn't know. The Lord told him to go to this city and meet a widow, and he went and met the widow, and everything worked out. Right. It's not about your personal thoughts. It's not about your personal feelings. It's not about your emotions. Follow what the Lord is telling you to do. You're not greater than the Lord. Right. You know what I mean? You're not wiser than the Lord. If the Lord tells you to, like I said, if he tells you to go to Timbuktu, then you better go to Timbuktu. You know what I'm saying? Right. If he tells you to leave Chicago or leave Ohio or leave California and go to the back swamps of Louisiana, or go to the dang on woods in Mississippi, right, you need to go and follow the law, statutes, and commandments and do what it is the Lord tells you to do. Because it may be the greatest thing you've ever done in your life. You know what I'm saying? Was that it?
One more verse.
Go ahead.
Verse 17, and it came to pass after these things that the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick, and his sickness was so sore that there was no breath left in him.
But after so unfortunately the woman's son got sick, and he got so sick it said there was no breath left in him. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to wait till next week, but it sounds to me, you know what I mean, that the brother passed. If there's no breath left in you, that's it. That's all she wrote. You know what I mean? But it's a reason behind everything. You know what I mean? So with that.
Elijah? Yes, sir. Layashrab. Elijah means to stand. Upon a kadam, you turn to face the east. You're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Sabbath Shemayim. Kwadas. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malawaka. Taba'ah. Ratazak. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazak. Kawat. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanaw. Lakam. Kab. Yawam. Wasalakinaw. Kabawakinaw. Kasilakinaw. Kabawayinaw. Wala'ah. Tabayayinaw. Bonasai one. Abol. Hawashayinaw. Mayun. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. Wawalamya. Aman.
In the English. Our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation,
Into temptation.
but deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. I cut the power of the Hebrew Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai.
Shai,
Baba Kashah.
Kashah,
Thundernow.
Lathunanow,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Lera Pa'ah.
Larpa'ah,
Call Makalah.
Makalah,
Call Madawat.
Madawa,
Hakat.
Hakat,
That's a heart.
Latzahar,
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Lahaki.
Lahakim,
Hamathi.
Hamathi,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Al-Kawa.
Al-Karwa,
Atama'ala.
Atama'ala,
Nagarashan.
Garashan,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Wadaman.
Wadaman, in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushai.
Name Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power,
Please give us the power.
the power to heal
Power to heal.
all manner of sickness,
All manner of sickness.
and all manner of disease,
And all manner of disease.
the power to cleanse the leper,
Power to cleanse the
the
leper.
power to raise the dead,
Power to raise the
the
dead.
power against unclean spirits,
Power against unclean
to
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them
In the
out.
name of Yahushai.
Name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be
Thank you,
it.
so be it. Play the best Israel, the Hebrew, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai.
Yahushai,
Baraklanah.
Baraklanah,
Wa Yasharah.
Yasharah,
Bahabayah.
Bahabayah,
Sapari.
Sapari.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Wadaman.
Wadaman, in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushai.
Name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us,
Bless us.
and Israel,
And Israel.
and the school,
And the school.
in the name of
Name
Yahushai.
of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be
Thank you,
it.
so be it. Psalms 121, the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Ahahari.
Al-Hahari,
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah,
Izari.
Izari,
Izari.
Izari,
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Shamayam.
Shamayam,
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah,
Ayathan.
Ayathan,
Lamawat.
Lamawat,
Regal.
Regalka,
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam,
Shamark.
Shamar,
Anala'ah.
Hanala'at,
Yanawam.
Yanawam,
Wala'ah.
Wala'at,
Yayashan.
Yayashan,
Shawamar.
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamark.
Shamar,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazal.
Tazal,
Al-Yan.
Al-Yad,
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka,
Yawamam.
Yawamam,
Hashamash.
Hashamash,
La'ah.
La'at,
Yakayaka.
Yakayaka,
Wayarak.
Wayarak,
Belayallah.
Belayallah,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Makar Rai.
Makarai,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Taza'af.
Taza'atka,
Baba Wa'ak.
Wawa'atka,
Ma'aita.
Wa'atta,
Ma'ai.
Wa'ai,
Awalam.
Awalam, in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the
I
hills,
will lift up my eyes into the
from
hills.
whence cometh my help.
From which cometh my
My
help?
help coming from
My
Yahweh,
help coming from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth
He
thee
that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Yasharala
that keepeth
shall
Yasharah
neither slumber nor
shall
sleep.
neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy
The
right
sun
hand.
shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in.
this time forward
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam.
Alahayam,
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah,
Lekat.
Lakah,
All Takaras.
Al-Thakaras,
All Tashakwat.
Al-Thakshakwat,
All Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awabik.
Awabika,
Yahama.
Yahama,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Amika.
Al-Amika,
Yarayamwa.
Yarayamwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayata.
Wayatha,
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Ya'ai Tazawah,
Al-Tazapawanya.
Al-Tazapawamyaka,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam,
Magaya.
Magaya,
Wala'a.
Wala'ai,
Yazakar.
Yasakar,
Sham Yasrala.
Sham Yashal,
Awada.
Awada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawa.
Lawai Tazawah,
Labat.
Laba,
Yakad.
Yakadwa,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Baryat.
Varyat,
Yakaratu.
Yakaratu,
Ahoya.
Ahoya,
Adawan.
Adawan,
Wayashimai.
Wayashimai,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawa'ab.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagari.
Wahagari,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalat.
Wa'amalat,
Palashah.
Palashah,
Ambishabi.
Yashabia,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Aiman.
Aiman,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Zebawai.
Zerawai,
Labanya.
Labanya,
The Wat.
the Wat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Laham.
Laham,
Kamari.
Kamadia,
Kasiyah.
Kasaya,
Sara'ah.
Sarah,
Kayabi.
Kayabia,
Banakal.
Banakal,
Koyashawan.
Koyashawan,
Nashamadu.
Nashamadi,
Bayan.
Bayan,
Daira.
Daira,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Adam.
La Adama,
Shayatamu.
Shayatamwa,
Nada.
Nada,
Yatmu. Kaira. Wakazabah. Wakazabah. Wakazalmanai. Karnasiakumba. Ashar. Amar. Nairashah. Nana what? Naawat. Alahaya. Shayatumba. Kagagala. Kakwash. Napanya. Rawaka. Kaash. Dabaira. Yaira. Wakalahaba. Dalahat. Hariyam. Khan. Daradatma. Basaira. Wabasa. Wapafka. Dabahalam. Mala'at. Panyaham. Kalawan. Waya. Bakwasha. Shimka. Yahawah. Yabashwa. Waya. Behold. Adiyai. Waya. Kapara. Waya. Abada. Waya. Daira. Kaya. Atha. Shimka. Yahawah. Labadka. Ayawan. Al. Ratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
thy
enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate
have
thee.
lifted up their head.
Have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted. Against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
And
let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Yasharallah.
The name of Yasharallah.
May be no more in remembrance.
Be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
the
thee.
Tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarim.
The Hagarim.
Gabal. And Ammon.
And
Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kisan. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zeeb. Yea. All their princes as Zabah. And as Zamunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves. The houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Sergeant Mr. Turn. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Muslim, Barak,
Yahweh Bashim Yashab Rakatham.
As Matah, Sabbath service dismissed.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
We're about to do that next weekend. All right. I've been running out of weekends. Next weekend, y'all got Cool up.
Roscoe one right here, you don't tell.
He never answers his phone. That brother's,
I remember what it looks like, so I don't know.
you said what?
I don't remember what it looks
You
like.
know,
I'm dead ass serious. Every time I hear Isupk, Karyash's dad pops into mind.
oh shit. He damn near looked like Karyash's dad.
That's the point. He's just a side character right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go to the migrants, but we can't go to the migrants. We don't have no one that speaks fucking Spanish.
That's true.
So we might just go back to fucking, we'll call it Hyde Park.
Oh, okay. Go to Hyde Park, do some interviews,
And go home. You know?
Well, that Target that we was in front of, that is the pretty much
Real estate.
yeah. There, that little strip right there, that right at that Target over there by the Wingstop, those are the busiest, most congested parts of Hyde Park right now. That's where you get the most traffic.